Hello, and welcome. As the day gently fades and the world outside begins its quiet slumber, I invite you to settle in, find a comfortable spot, and perhaps dim the lights a little. If you have a fan humming softly in the background, that gentle whir can be a perfect companion to our journey tonight. Before we begin, let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from and what time it is for you. It's always fascinating to connect across time zones and quiet spaces. Tonight we're going to embark on a very special kind of journey, one that takes us far away from the hustle and bustle of modern life, back to a time when the rhythm of existence was dictated by the sun, the seasons, and the solemn tolling of bells. We'll explore a world of quiet contemplation, diligent labor, and simple routines. So take a deep breath, let your shoulders relax, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. As we step into the tranquil, yet profoundly ordered, daily life within a medieval monastery, the world you are entering is one of stone, wood, and silence. A profound, echoing silence that is not empty, but full of meaning, full of unspoken prayers, and the gentle rustle of woolen robes. You find yourself standing in a long, dark dormitory, the air cool and still. The only light comes from a single tallow candle flickering at the far end, held by the monastery's prior. Its small flame casts long, dancing shadows that seem to whisper secrets to the cold stone walls. You can smell the faint, clean scent of beeswax from the candle, mingled with the earthy aroma of old wood, and the subtle, almost imperceptible fragrance of sleeping bodies wrapped in coarse wool blankets. It is the dead of night, long before the first hint of dawn has touched the sky. The year is 1348, and you are a novice in the Benedictine Monastery of Saint-Wandrille, nestled in a quiet valley in Normandy. The prior's voice, when it comes, is not a shout, but a low, resonant call. Benedicamus Domino. Let us bless the Lord. It is the signal for the day to begin. Around you, figures stir in the darkness, the rustle of straw mattresses, and the soft groans of sleep being reluctantly shed. You too rise from your simple wooden cot. The floor is cold beneath your bare feet, a sharp, immediate sensation that chases away the last vestiges of slumber. You pull on your simple tunic and cowl, the rough fabric, a familiar, almost comforting weight on your shoulders. There is no time for idle chatter, no lingering in the warmth of your bed. The day has begun, and it will unfold with the precision of a well-oiled clock, each moment dedicated to God and to the community. You join the silent procession of monks, their faces hidden in the shadows of their cowls, as you make your way to the church for the first service of the day, Matins. The cloister, the covered walkway that connects the various buildings of the monastery, is open to the elements on one side, and the night air is crisp and cold. You can see the stars glittering in the inky blackness of the sky, a silent, celestial audience to your nightly devotion. The only sound is the soft shuffle of leather-soled shoes on the stone floor, a rhythmic, almost hypnotic sound that seems to echo the beating of your own heart. The church is vast and cold, the air thick with a scent of incense and old stone. The only light comes from the candles on the altar, their flames flickering like captured stars. You take your place in the choir stalls, the polished wood smooth and cool beneath your hands. The service begins, the ancient words of the Psalms chanted in a low, monotonous drone. The sound fills the vast space, echoing off the stone walls and soaring up into the vaulted ceiling. It is a sound that has been repeated in this very church for centuries, a timeless river of prayer that flows on, day after day, night after night. Your voice joins the chorus, the Latin words familiar on your tongue, even if their full meaning is sometimes elusive. You are a part of something much larger than yourself, a single voice in a chorus of devotion that stretches back through the ages. After Matins, there is a brief period of private prayer and reading before the next service, Lauds, which takes place at the first light of dawn. You find a quiet corner in the cloister, the stone bench cold and hard beneath you. The sky is beginning to lighten in the east, the stars fading one by one. The air is still and cold, and you can see your breath misting in front of you. You open your psalter, the parchment pages cool and smooth to the touch. The Latin script is a work of art, each letter a testament to the patient labor of a long-dead monk. You read the familiar words, their meaning deepening with each repetition. This is a time for quiet contemplation, for listening to the still, small voice of God in the silence of your own heart. As the sun finally rises, casting a pale golden light over the monastery, you make your way to the chapter house for the daily meeting. Here the abbot assigns the tasks for the day. Your heart gives a little leap of anticipation as you hear your name called for work in the scriptorium. The scriptorium is the heart of the monastery's intellectual life, the place where precious manuscripts are copied and illuminated. It is a quiet, sun-drenched room, with large windows overlooking the cloister garden. The air is filled with the scent of parchment, ink, and wood smoke from the small brazier that provides a little warmth in the winter months. You take your place at your assigned desk, a sturdy oak table worn smooth by the hands of countless scribes before you. Your tools are laid out before you, a sharp quill, a pot of black ink, a ruler, and a burnisher for smoothing the parchment. Your task for the day is to continue your work on a copy of the Gospels. The page you are working on is a riot of color, the initial letter of the chapter, a magnificent creation of swirling vines and mythical beasts, all rendered in vibrant hues of blue, red, and gold. Your work is slow and painstaking, each stroke of the quill a deliberate act of creation. You are not just copying words, you are preserving knowledge, creating a thing of beauty that will be treasured for centuries to come. The only sound in the room is the gentle scratch of quills on parchment, a sound as soothing and rhythmic as the buzzing of bees in a summer garden. Hours pass in this quiet industry. The sun climbs higher, its light shifting across the polished floor. You feel the gentle ache in your back from leaning over the desk, a familiar companion to your work. Your eyes, accustomed to the fine details of the script, occasionally drift to the window where you can see the cloister garden. The herbs are growing steadily, their green leaves a vibrant contrast to the ancient stone. A gentle breeze rustles through the leaves, carrying the faint scent of earth and growing things. It is a world of small, contained beauty, where every detail holds its own quiet significance. At the appointed hour, a bell tolls, a deep, resonant sound that vibrates through the very stones of the monastery. It is the call to sext, the midday service. You carefully lay down your quill, cover your ink pot, and join the other monks as they once again make their way to the church. The light is brighter now, streaming through the high windows, illuminating dust motes, dancing in the air like tiny golden spirits. The service is shorter than Matins, a brief pause in the day's labor, a moment to recenter oneself in prayer before returning to the tasks at hand. The chanting is familiar, a comforting rhythm that washes over you, soothing the mind and preparing it for the next phase of the day. Following sext, the community gathers in the refectory for the midday meal. The refectory is a long, narrow hall, with wooden tables and benches arranged along its length. The air here is different, filled with the subtle aroma of cooked vegetables, fresh bread, and the faint, sweet smell of cider. You take your place, a simple wooden bowl and spoon before you. The meal is eaten in silence, as one of the monks reads aloud from a sacred text. The sound of his voice, a steady, measured cadence, fills the room, punctuated only by the gentle clinking of spoons against bowls. You eat slowly, savoring the simple flavors of the pottage, a thick, nourishing stew of beans, grains, and whatever vegetables are in season. The bread is coarse but fresh, a satisfying chew that grounds you in the present moment. There is no excess, no indulgence, only sustenance, carefully prepared and gratefully received. You notice the way the light falls on the wooden beams of the ceiling, highlighting the grain of the ancient timber. Everything here speaks of age, of endurance, of a quiet, persistent existence. After the meal, there is a brief period of rest, a welcome respite from the morning's labors. Some monks might take a short nap, others might engage in quiet contemplation or a gentle stroll in the cloister garden. You choose to walk, feeling the cool stone beneath your sandals, observing the intricate patterns of the paving stones. The sun is warm on your face, and the gentle chirping of birds from the nearby trees is a soft melody in the quiet air. You pass by the herb garden, noting the vibrant green of the mint and the silvery gray of the sage. Each plant has its purpose, its place in the ordered world of the monastery. You might pause by the well, watching the sunlight glint off the surface of the water, a deep, cool mirror reflecting the sky above. The world outside the monastery walls seems distant, almost unreal, as if it exists only in faint memory. Here, within these walls, life unfolds with a predictable, comforting rhythm, a steady pulse that reassures and calms. The afternoon brings a different kind of labor. For many, it is a time for manual work, for tending to the monastery's needs with their hands. You might find yourself in the fields, working alongside other monks, the rich, dark earth crumbling between your fingers. The sun is still warm, but the air has a softer quality now, a gentle hint of the approaching evening. You might be weeding a row of carrots, the small green shoots delicate beneath your touch, the rhythmic motion of pulling weeds, the subtle resistance of the soil, the earthy scent that rises as you disturb the ground. These are simple, grounding sensations. You hear the distant lowing of cattle from the monastery's farm, a sound that blends seamlessly with the chirping of crickets and the rustle of leaves in the gentle breeze. There is a quiet satisfaction in this work, a direct connection to the sustenance of the community. Each weed pulled, each furrow turned, contributes to the well-being of all. Perhaps your task for the afternoon is in the monastery's workshop. The scent of freshly cut wood fills the air, mingling with the tang of metal and the faint aroma of leather. You might be helping to repair a broken tool, or perhaps carving a small wooden devotional object. The feel of the wood grain beneath your fingers, the smooth glide of the chisel, the precise tap of the mallet. These are actions that require focus, patience, and a steady hand. The sounds are gentle, the rasp of a file, the soft thud of wood on wood, the occasional murmur of a monk in quiet conversation with himself or with the materials he is shaping. There is no rush, no urgency, only the steady, deliberate pace of craftsmanship. You observe the way the light catches the sawdust motes dancing in the air, a miniature galaxy of golden particles. The world outside the workshop seems to recede, replaced by the immediate reality of the task at hand, the quiet satisfaction of creation. For some, the afternoon might be spent in the infirmary, tending to the sick or the elderly. The air here is often warmer, with the faint medicinal scent of herbs and poultices. You might be mixing a soothing herbal tea or carefully changing a dressing. The touch is gentle, the movement slow and deliberate. The quiet murmurs of the patients, the soft rustle of linen, the gentle clinking of pottery. These are the sounds of care, of compassion. You learn patience here, and the quiet dignity of suffering. The sun filtering through the small, high windows casts soft patterns on the stone floor, illuminating the quiet acts of service that define this place. There is a profound sense of peace in these moments, a deep understanding of human fragility and the enduring power of kindness. As the afternoon wears on, the light begins to soften, taking on a golden mellow hue. The shadows lengthen, stretching across the cloister garth and up the ancient walls of the church. The air grows cooler, and a gentle stillness descends upon the monastery. The sounds of work gradually subside, replaced by the growing anticipation of the evening services. You might take a moment to stand by a window, looking out at the world as it prepares for night. The trees sway gently in the breeze, their leaves whispering secrets to the fading light. The distant hills are softened by the haze of the late afternoon, their contours blurred and indistinct. It is a time of transition, a slow, deliberate shift from the active day to the contemplative night. The bell tolls again, a deeper, more solemn sound this time, calling the community to vespers. The church, which felt so vast and cold in the pre-dawn darkness, now holds a different kind of quiet. The light from the setting sun streams through the stained glass windows, painting the stone floor with shifting patterns of colored light. The air is cooler, carrying the faint, sweet scent of evening flowers from the garden. You take your place in the choir stalls, the familiar wood beneath your hands. The chanting of the psalms begins once more, a gentle, flowing river of sound that fills the space. Your voice joins the others, a small thread in the rich tapestry of prayer. The words are ancient, their meaning resonating with the quiet contemplation of the day. You feel a sense of calm settling over you, a peaceful acceptance of the rhythm of monastic life. The repetitions are not monotonous. They are reassuring, a steady anchor in the passage of time. After Vespers, there is a period known as the collation, a light meal or a time for quiet reading. You might sit in the cloister, the last vestiges of daylight fading from the sky, and read from a spiritual text. The parchment pages feel cool and smooth beneath your fingertips. The words offer comfort and guidance, a gentle balm for the soul. The sounds of the monastery are muted now, the distant hoot of an owl, the soft rustle of leaves, the gentle murmur of the wind. It is a time for introspection, for reflecting on the day's events, for preparing the mind for the deeper quiet of the night. The air grows steadily colder, and you pull your cowl a little tighter around your shoulders, finding a quiet comfort in the simple warmth of the wool. As darkness fully descends, the final service of the day, Compline, begins. This is the service of night prayer, a solemn closing to the day. The church is lit only by a few candles, their flames casting long, dancing shadows that seem to swallow the vastness of the space. The chanting is softer now, more subdued, a gentle lullaby for the soul. The words of the Nunc Dimittis, the Song of Simeon, are sung, a prayer for peaceful rest. You feel the weight of the day lifting from your shoulders, replaced by a profound sense of peace. The world outside the monastery walls is now completely dark, but within these sacred stones, there is a gentle, enduring light. The final blessing is given, and the monks depart in silence, their footsteps barely audible on the stone floor. The great silence begins after Compline, a period of absolute quiet that lasts until the first service of the next day. You return to the dormitory, the air now quite cold. The other monks are already settled in their cots, their forms barely visible in the deep gloom. You carefully remove your outer robes, fold them neatly, and lie down on your simple straw mattress. The straw rustles softly beneath you, a familiar sound. You pull your rough wool blanket up to your chin, feeling its comforting weight. The cold stone walls of the dormitory seem to embrace you, offering a sense of enclosure and safety. There are no distractions here, no worldly concerns to trouble your mind, only the quiet breathing of your brothers, the gentle creaking of the ancient timbers, and the profound, enveloping silence of the night. You close your eyes, and the images of the day drift through your mind, the intricate script in the scriptorium, the earthy scent of the garden, the warm sun on your face, the rhythmic chanting in the church. Each memory is soft, gentle, devoid of sharp edges or urgent demands. You feel your breath deepening, slowing, becoming a steady, even rhythm. The coldness of the air, the hardness of the cot, the rough texture of the blanket, these sensations are not uncomfortable. They are simply present, grounding you in the moment. You are a part of this ancient rhythm, a small, quiet presence in a world that moves with deliberate, unhurried grace. The monastery sleeps, and you too drift towards that gentle, restorative darkness, carried by the quiet echoes of prayer and the profound peace of a day well spent in humble devotion. The long, slow hours of the night stretch before you, a vast expanse of quietude, a time for the body to rest and the spirit to find its deepest calm. You are safe, you are warm, and the world outside is a distant, forgotten dream. The silence is complete, a soft blanket wrapping around you, inviting you deeper into slumber. Each breath is a step further into the peaceful void, a gentle descent into the quietude of the monastic night. The sounds of the day have faded, replaced by the soft hum of your own existence, a quiet symphony of rest. The world slows, then stops, and you are simply still. And so, the night unfolds, a long, peaceful expanse of quiet, until the first bell of Matins calls you gently back to the light. But for now, there is only this profound, enveloping stillness and the promise of deep, untroubled sleep. The last thought, a soft whisper, is of gratitude for the simple, ordered beauty of this life, before it too dissolves into the vast, calm ocean of unconsciousness. The very stones of the monastery seem to breathe with you, a shared rhythm of peace. You are one with the quiet, one with the night, one with the gentle, unending flow of time within these ancient walls. And so you sleep, you drift, a leaf upon a tranquil stream, carried gently towards the shores of sleep. The world outside is a distant echo, and here in this quiet space, you are simply at peace. Good night. The bell tolls again, a deeper, more solemn sound this time, calling the community to vespers. The church, which felt so vast and cold in the pre-dawn darkness, now holds a different kind of quiet. The light from the setting sun streams through the stained glass windows, painting the stone floor with shifting patterns of colored light. The air is cooler, carrying the faint, sweet scent of evening flowers from the garden. You take your place in the choir stalls, the familiar wood beneath your hands. The chanting of the psalms begins once more, a gentle flowing river of sound that fills the space. Your voice joins the others, a small thread in the rich tapestry of prayer. The words are ancient, their meaning resonating with the quiet contemplation of the day. You feel a sense of calm settling over you, a peaceful acceptance of the rhythm of monastic life. The repetitions are not monotonous. They are reassuring, a steady anchor in the passage of time. After Vespers there is a period known as the collation, a light meal or a time for quiet reading. You might sit in the cloister, the last vestiges of daylight fading from the sky, and read from a spiritual text. The parchment pages feel cool and smooth beneath your fingertips. The words offer comfort and guidance, a gentle balm for the soul. The sounds of the monastery are muted now. The distant hoot of an owl, the soft rustle of leaves, the gentle murmur of the wind. It is a time for introspection, for reflecting on the day's events, for preparing the mind for the deeper quiet of the night. The air grows steadily colder, and you pull your cowl a little tighter around your shoulders, finding a quiet comfort in the simple warmth of the wool. As darkness fully descends, the final service of the day, Compline, begins. This is the service of night prayer, a solemn closing to the day. The church is lit only by a few candles, their flames casting long, dancing shadows that seem to swallow the vastness of the space. The chanting is softer now, more subdued, a gentle lullaby for the soul. The words of the Nunc Dimittis, the Song of Simeon, are sung, a prayer for peaceful rest. You feel the weight of the day lifting from your shoulders, replaced by a profound sense of peace. The world outside the monastery walls is now completely dark, but within these sacred stones there is a gentle, enduring light. The final blessing is given, and the monks depart in silence, their footsteps barely audible on the stone floor. The great silence begins after Compline, a period of absolute quiet that lasts until the first service of the next day. You return to the dormitory, the air now quite cold. The other monks are already settled in their cots, their forms barely visible in the deep gloom. You carefully remove your outer robes, fold them neatly, and lie down on your simple straw mattress. The straw rustles softly beneath you, a familiar sound. You pull your rough wool blanket up to your chin, feeling its comforting weight. The cold stone walls of the dormitory seem to embrace you, offering a sense of enclosure and safety. There are no distractions here, no worldly concerns to trouble your mind, only the quiet breathing of your brothers, the gentle creaking of the ancient timbers, and the profound enveloping silence of the night. You close your eyes, and the images of the day drift through your mind. The intricate script in the scriptorium, the earthy scent of the garden, the warm sun on your face, the rhythmic chanting in the church. Each memory is soft, gentle, devoid of sharp edges or urgent demands. You feel your breath deepening, slowing, becoming a steady, even rhythm. The coldness of the air, the hardness of the cot, the rough texture of the blanket. These sensations are not uncomfortable. They are simply present, grounding you in the moment. You are a part of this ancient rhythm, a small, quiet presence in a world that moves with deliberate, unhurried grace. The monastery sleeps, and you too drift towards that gentle, restorative darkness, carried by the quiet echoes of prayer and the profound peace of a day well spent in humble devotion. The long, slow hours of the night stretch before you, a vast expanse of quietude, a time for the body to rest and the spirit to find its deepest calm. You are safe, you are warm, and the world outside is a distant, forgotten dream. The silence is complete, a soft blanket wrapping around you, inviting you deeper into slumber. Each breath is a step further into the peaceful void, a gentle descent into the quietude of the monastic night. The sounds of the day have faded, replaced by the soft hum of your own existence, a quiet symphony of rest. The world slows, then stops, and you are simply still. And so the night unfolds, a long, peaceful expanse of quiet, until the first bell of Matins calls you gently back to the light. But for now, there is only this profound, enveloping stillness, and the promise of deep, untroubled sleep. The last thought, a soft whisper, is of gratitude for the simple, ordered beauty of this life, before it too dissolves into the vast, calm ocean of unconsciousness. The very stones of the monastery seem to breathe with you, a shared rhythm of peace. You are one with the quiet, one with the night, one with the gentle, unending flow of time within these ancient walls. And so you sleep, and as you drift, a leaf upon a tranquil stream, carried gently towards the shores of sleep, the world outside becomes a distant echo. Here in this quiet space, you are simply at peace. Good night. Let us delve a little deeper into the fabric of this monastic life. the intricate weave of rules and routines that govern every hour, every breath. The Rule of Saint Benedict, a document penned centuries ago, is the very foundation upon which this existence is built. It is a guide, a gentle hand leading each monk through the day, ensuring order, humility, and devotion. You recall the readings from the rule, the calm, measured tones of the abbot explaining its precepts. It speaks of obedience, of silence, of humility, of stability, a profound concept in a world often in flux, means committing oneself to this one place, this one community, for life. It is a rooting, a deep embedding into the soil of this sacred ground. Consider the concept of silence. So central to the monastic ideal, it is not merely the absence of noise, but a cultivation of inner quiet. In the scriptorium, the silence is broken only by the gentle scratch of quills, a sound that becomes a part of the quiet. In the cloister, the silence is punctuated by the soft rustle of robes, the distant chirping of birds. Even during meals, the silence is maintained, allowing the words of the reader to penetrate the mind without distraction. This deliberate cultivation of silence is a pathway to contemplation, a way to hear the subtle whispers of the divine that might otherwise be drowned out by the clamor of the world. You find yourself growing accustomed to it, even embracing it. The silence becomes a companion, a space in which thoughts can unfurl slowly, like ancient scrolls. The monastery itself is a self-contained world, a microcosm of society. Beyond the church, the dormitory, the refectory, and the scriptorium, there are other vital spaces. The kitchen, for instance, where the simple meals are prepared. You might spend some time there, on occasion, helping to peel vegetables. The rhythmic thud of the knife against the cutting board, a steady, reassuring sound. The scent of simmering herbs and vegetables fills the air, a comforting warmth. The lay brothers, those who have joined the monastery but are not ordained, often bear the brunt of the manual labor, their hands calloused and strong from years of working the land. They are an integral part of the community, their quiet dedication as vital as the prayers of the choir monks. Then there is the infirmary, a place of quiet healing. Here the sick are tended with gentle hands and ancient remedies. You might see Brother Thomas, the infirmarian, carefully grinding herbs with a mortar and pestle, the rhythmic scrape and thud a soft counterpoint to the quiet breathing of the patients. The air is often thick with the scent of various poultices and tinctures, a blend of earthy and sometimes pungent aromas. The small, high windows let in a soft, diffused light, illuminating the quiet acts of care. The infirmary garden just outside provides many of the necessary herbs, their leaves and flowers, carefully harvested at the right time, under the right moon. It is a place where the fragility of the human body is acknowledged, and where compassion flows as freely as the spring water. The library, a treasure trove of knowledge, is another sacred space. Though not all monks are scribes, all are encouraged to read and study. The books, bound in leather and wood, are heavy and precious. You might spend an hour or two here, carefully turning the pages of a theological treatise, or perhaps a work of history. The scent of old parchment and aged leather is intoxicating, a perfume of wisdom. The light is often dim, even during the day, to protect the delicate manuscripts. You learn to read by the soft glow of a candle, your eyes tracing the intricate Latin script, absorbing the wisdom of generations past. The silence here is particularly profound, a reverence for the accumulated knowledge contained within these walls. Each book is a voice from the past, speaking softly across the centuries. The cloister garth, the central courtyard, is a place of quiet beauty and contemplation. In the warmer months, it is a vibrant green, a small patch of cultivated nature within the stone embrace of the monastery. You might walk its perimeter during your free moments, your gaze falling upon the carefully tended flower beds, the small fountain bubbling softly in the center. The sound of the water is a gentle, continuous murmur, a soothing presence. The bees hum lazily among the blossoms, their industry a quiet counterpoint to the monastic peace. The changing seasons are keenly felt here, the fresh green of spring, the vibrant colors of summer, the golden hues of autumn, and the stark, quiet beauty of winter. Each season brings its own lessons, its own gentle reminders of the cyclical nature of life and the constancy of God's creation. Even the simple act of walking through the cloister is imbued with meaning. The rhythmic pace, the steady breathing, the quiet observation of the world around you. It is a form of moving meditation. You notice the subtle variations in the stone, the way the light falls on a particular archway, the intricate carvings on a column. These are not mere details. They are part of the larger tapestry of monastic life, each contributing to the overall sense of order and beauty. The cloister is a liminal space, a transition between the various functions of the monastery, and as such, it encourages a state of quiet reflection, a gentle turning inward. The monastic day is punctuated by the 7 canonical hours, the divine office, which structure the monks' lives around prayer. Matins, lauds, prime, terce, sext, none, vespers, and compline. Each service has its own character, its own set of psalms and readings, its own particular rhythm. The bells, each with its distinct tone, mark these transitions, a constant, gentle reminder of the passage of time and the call to prayer. You grow to anticipate these sounds, to feel their resonance deep within your bones. They are the heartbeat of the monastery, a steady, unwavering pulse that guides you through the hours, from the deepest darkness of night to the softest light of dawn, and back again. Consider the refectory once more, the place where the community gathers for sustenance. The food is simple, often vegetarian, reflecting the monastic vows of austerity and self-denial. But it is also nourishing, prepared with care and gratitude. The bread, baked in the monastery's own ovens, is a staple, its crust firm, its interior soft and wholesome. The pottage, a thick stew of grains and vegetables, varies with the seasons, incorporating whatever the garden and fields provide. On special feast days, there might be a little fish, or perhaps some cheese, a rare treat. The wine, if served, is watered down, a symbol of moderation. The silence during meals is profound, broken only by the voice of the reader. This practice encourages mindful eating, a focus on the simple act of nourishment, rather than on conversation or distraction. You learn to appreciate the subtle flavors, the textures, the warmth of the food, a quiet communion with the earth and with your brothers. The dormitory, where you sleep, is a place of communal rest, There are no private cells for novices, only simple cots arranged in rows. The air is often cool, even in summer, and the straw mattresses rustle softly as you settle in for the night. The rough wool blanket provides a comforting weight, a gentle embrace against the chill. The darkness is absolute, broken only by the occasional sliver of moonlight through a high window, or the faint glow of a night lamp kept burning for safety. The sounds of sleep, soft breathing, an occasional sigh, the gentle creaking of wood are the only companions in the profound silence. It is a place where individuality dissolves into the collective, where personal comfort is secondary to the communal rhythm of rest and prayer. You find a strange comfort in this shared vulnerability, this collective surrender to sleep. The daily routine is a gentle, repetitive dance, a series of familiar steps that lead you through the hours. Each task, no matter how small, is performed with diligence and intention. Whether it is copying a manuscript, tending the garden, preparing a meal, or simply walking in the cloister, every action is an offering, a prayer in motion. There is a profound beauty in this simplicity, this dedication to the ordinary. It is in the mundane that the sacred is often found, in the quiet repetition of daily tasks that a deeper understanding of life unfolds. The world outside may be filled with grand events, with kings and battles, with commerce and ambition, but within these walls, a different kind of history is being written, a history of quiet devotion, of patient labor, of enduring peace. And you, a humble novice, are a part of it all, a small yet significant thread in the vast, ancient tapestry of monastic life. The days blend into weeks, the weeks into months, and the months into years, each one a gentle repetition of the last, a steady, unwavering rhythm that carries you forward, deeper into the heart of this tranquil existence. The passage of time here is not marked by dramatic shifts, but by the subtle changes of the seasons, the gradual wearing of stone, the slow growth of wisdom within the soul. It is a life lived in harmony with the natural world and with the eternal. And as you continue to breathe, slowly and deeply, you feel yourself becoming more and more a part of this ancient, peaceful rhythm, a quiet presence in a world of profound and enduring calm. Let's return to the scriptorium, that quiet haven of intellectual labor. The light, as we've noted, is crucial. The large, arched windows are a testament to the importance of this work. They are often positioned to catch the morning sun, its clear, bright light ideal for the intricate work of copying and illuminating. You learn to appreciate the subtle shifts in the light as the day progresses, the way it moves across the room, illuminating different corners, different desks. The dust motes, dancing in the sunbeams, become a familiar, almost comforting sight, a silent, shimmering ballet. The air, as we've said, is filled with the scent of parchment, ink, and wood smoke, but there are other, more subtle aromas as well. The faint, sweet smell of the gums and resins used to bind the pigments for illumination, the earthy scent of the vellum, the treated animal skin that serves as the canvas for your work. Each of these scents is a part of the sensory tapestry of the scriptorium, a quiet reminder of the materials and processes that make this work possible. The ink itself is a marvel of medieval chemistry. The most common type is iron gall ink, made from a mixture of iron salts and tannic acids from oak galls. It is a dark, permanent ink, but it can also be corrosive, eating into the parchment over time. You learn to mix it carefully, to achieve the right consistency, the right flow from the quill. The quill, usually a goose feather, is another tool that requires skill and practice. You learn to cut it to a fine point, to shape it to your hand, to control the flow of ink with subtle pressure. Each stroke is a deliberate act, a commitment of ink to parchment. There is no easy way to erase a mistake. A careful scrape with a sharp knife might remove a small error, but a larger one could ruin the entire page. This unforgiving nature of the materials instills a deep sense of mindfulness, a focus on the present moment, on the single perfect stroke. The process of illumination, of adding color and gold leaf to the manuscripts, is another layer of artistry. The pigments are ground by hand, mixed with a binder like egg white or gum arabic. The colors are vibrant, jewel-like, the deep blue of lapis lazuli, the brilliant red of vermilion, the rich green of malachite. Applying the gold leaf is a particularly delicate process. A thin layer of gesso, a plaster-like substance, is applied to the parchment. The gold leaf, beaten to an incredible thinness, is then carefully laid over the gesso and burnished to a brilliant shine. The effect is magical, the gold catching the light and seeming to glow from within. It is a way of honoring the sacred text, of making the book a worthy vessel for the Word of God. Let us not forget the sounds of the scriptorium. The gentle scratch of quills on parchment is the dominant sound, a soft rhythmic chorus. But there are other sounds as well. The quiet murmur of a monk reading aloud to himself, his voice a low hum. The soft thud of a book being placed on a desk, the occasional cough or sigh. These are the sounds of quiet, focused labor, a symphony of concentration. The silence is not absolute, but it is a respectful, productive silence, a space in which creativity and devotion can flourish. Now, let us imagine ourselves in the monastery garden once more. We've spoken of the herb garden, with its medicinal and culinary plants, but there is also the vegetable garden, a source of sustenance for the community. Here you might find Brother Michael the gardener, his hands deep in the rich, dark earth. He moves with a slow, deliberate grace, his movements attuned to the rhythms of the seasons. He knows the soil, the plants, the subtle signs of health and disease. He is a man of the earth, his faith expressed not in words, but in the patient cultivation of life. You might join him in his work, your hands becoming stained with the soil, your back aching from the repetitive motion of weeding or planting. But there is a deep satisfaction in this labor, a connection to the fundamental processes of life. You watch the seeds you have planted sprout and grow, a small miracle unfolding before your eyes. You feel the sun on your back, the breeze on your skin, the solid earth beneath your feet. It is a grounding experience, a reminder of your place in the natural world. The orchard is another place of quiet beauty and productivity. In the spring, it is a riot of blossoms, the air filled with the sweet scent of apple, pear, and plum blossoms. The bees are busy here, their buzzing a constant, gentle hum. In the summer, the fruit begins to swell, green and hard at first, then gradually ripening to a rich, vibrant color. In the autumn, the harvest begins. You might spend days picking the ripe fruit, your fingers sticky with juice. The scent of ripe apples is intoxicating, a sweet, earthy perfume. The fruit is carefully stored for the winter, a promise of sweetness in the cold, dark months to come. The orchard is a place of abundance, a testament to the generosity of God's creation. Let us consider the role of animals in the monastery. The monastery is a self-sufficient community, and animals play a vital role in its economy. There are the cows, providing milk for cheese and butter. You might hear their gentle lowing in the distance, a peaceful pastoral sound. There are the chickens, providing eggs. Their clucking and scratching is a familiar, domestic sound. There are the sheep, providing wool for the monks' habits. Their gentle bleating is a soft, plaintive sound. And there are the bees, providing honey and wax. Their buzzing is a constant, gentle hum, a sound of quiet industry. The monks care for these animals with a gentle hand, recognizing their importance to the community. They are a part of the monastic family, their lives intertwined with the lives of the monks. Let us return to the church, the spiritual heart of the monastery. We have spoken of the services, the chanting, the prayers, but let us now consider the architecture of the church itself. The high vaulted ceilings are designed to draw the eye upwards, towards heaven. The tall, slender columns are like a forest of stone, their graceful lines creating a sense of awe and wonder. The stained glass windows with their vibrant colors and intricate designs tell the stories of the Bible in light and color. The altar, the focal point of the church, is often adorned with precious metals and intricate carvings. Every element of the church is designed to inspire devotion, to create a space that is set apart from the ordinary world, a space where one can feel the presence of the divine. The acoustics of the church are also a crucial element. The stone walls and high ceilings create a resonant space where the sound of the chanting can swell and soar. The sound seems to hang in the air, to fill every corner of the church, to vibrate in your very bones. It is a powerful, immersive experience, a way of being enveloped in the sound of prayer. The chanting is not a performance. It is a form of collective meditation, a way of uniting the voices of the community in a single expression of devotion. Let us now consider the library again, that repository of knowledge. The books are not only religious texts, there are also works of philosophy, of history, of science. The monks are not only men of faith, they are also men of learning. They are the guardians of knowledge, the preservers of culture. In an age when literacy is rare, the monastery is a beacon of learning, a place where the intellectual heritage of the past is cherished and preserved. The work of the scribes is not just a devotional act, it is also a vital cultural service. They are the living memory of their civilization, the patient hands that transmit the wisdom of the ages to future generations. The life of a monk is not without its challenges. The routine can be demanding, the discipline strict. There are moments of doubt, of temptation, of weariness, but there is also a deep sense of purpose, of belonging, of peace. The community provides support, the routine provides structure, the faith provides meaning. It is a life of quiet heroism, of small, daily acts of devotion and service. It is a life that is rich in meaning, even if it is poor in material possessions. And as you continue to drift in this quiet, peaceful space, you can feel the gentle rhythm of this life, the steady, unwavering pulse of the monastery. You can feel the coolness of the stone, the warmth of the sun, the roughness of the wool. You can hear the chanting of the psalms, the scratching of the quills, the buzzing of the bees. You can smell the scent of incense, of parchment, of freshly baked bread. You are there, in the heart of the monastery, a quiet observer, a peaceful participant in this ancient timeless dance. And as you sink deeper and deeper into this state of calm, you can feel the world outside fading away, its noise and haste replaced by the profound, enduring peace of the monastic life. The gentle repetition of the narrative, the soft, soothing tone of the voice, the rich sensory details, all of these are designed to lull you into a state of deep relaxation, to carry you gently towards the shores of sleep. And so you drift, a silent, peaceful presence in this world of stone and prayer, a welcome guest in the tranquil heart of the medieval monastery. The day is done, the night has come, and all is well. All is well. Let us now turn our attention to the diverse roles that make up the monastic community. While all are brothers, united in their devotion, each has his own part to play in the intricate machinery of the monastery. We have met the prior, who assists the abbot in the governance of the community. The abbot himself is the spiritual father of the monastery, a figure of great authority and responsibility. He is elected by the monks for life, and his word is law. Yet, he is also expected to be a humble servant, a shepherd to his flock. You might see him walking in the cloister, his face etched with the cares of his office, yet his eyes filled with a deep, abiding peace. He is the anchor of the community, the steady hand that guides the ship through calm and storm. Then there is the cellarer, the monk responsible for the material provisions of the monastery. He is the quartermaster, the bursar, the chief administrator of the monastery's temporal goods. He oversees the kitchens, the cellars, the granaries. He is a busy man, his mind filled with figures and accounts. Yet he too is expected to perform his duties with a spirit of devotion, to see his work as a form of prayer. You might see him in the storerooms, his brow furrowed in concentration as he inspects the barrels of wine or the sacks of grain. He is the practical heart of the community, ensuring that the bodies of the monks are nourished, so that their souls can be free to praise God. The precentor is the master of the choir, the one who leads the chanting during the services. He is a man with a deep understanding of music, of the subtle nuances of the Gregorian chant. He trains the novices, teaching them the ancient melodies, the correct pronunciation of the Latin. His voice is often the first you hear in the morning, and the last you hear at night, a clear, strong thread in the tapestry of sound that fills the church. He is the keeper of the monastery's voice, the one who ensures that the praise of God is offered with beauty and precision. The sacristan is the keeper of the sacred vessels, the vestments, the altar linens. He is responsible for the physical upkeep of the church, for ensuring that everything is in its proper place, clean and ready for the services. He is a man of quiet, meticulous habits, his movements precise and reverent. You might see him in the sacristy, carefully polishing a silver chalice, or folding a richly embroidered vestment. He is the guardian of the sacred space, the one who prepares the way for the holy mysteries. And then there are the ordinary monks, the choir monks, who form the backbone of the community. They are the ones who fill the choir stalls for every service, their voices rising and falling in the timeless rhythm of the Psalms. They are the ones who work in the scriptorium, the garden, the workshop. They are the ones who read and study, who pray and contemplate. They are the heart and soul of the monastery, the living embodiment of the Benedictine ideal. Each one has his own personality, his own strengths and weaknesses. There is Brother John, with his quiet smile and his gentle humor. There is Brother William, with his sharp mind and his love of learning. There is Brother Robert, with his strong hands and his skill in carpentry. Together, they form a diverse and vibrant community, a family of brothers bound together by a common purpose. Let us now consider the changing of the seasons and how it shapes the life of the monastery. In the spring, there is a sense of renewal, of new life. The days grow longer, the sun warmer. The garden comes alive with the fresh green of new growth. The birds return, their songs filling the air. There is a sense of energy, of purpose, of new beginnings. The work in the fields begins in earnest. The soil is tilled, the seeds are sown. The monastery seems to awaken from its winter slumber, to stretch and yawn in the gentle warmth of the spring sun. In the summer, the days are long and hot. The work in the fields is demanding, the sun beating down on the backs of the laboring monks. The garden is a riot of color, the air filled with the scent of flowers and ripening fruit. The cloister offers a cool respite from the heat, its shady arches a welcome retreat. The services in the church are a welcome break from the heat of the day, the cool stone of the church a soothing balm. The summer is a time of abundance, of growth, of intense activity. The monastery is a hive of industry, its rhythms dictated by the long, hot days. In the autumn, the light begins to soften, the air to cool. The leaves on the trees turn to brilliant shades of gold and red. The harvest is gathered in, the fruits of the summer's labor stored away for the winter. There is a sense of satisfaction, of completion, of gratitude. The days grow shorter, the nights longer. The monastery begins to turn inwards, to prepare for the coming winter. The work in the fields is done, and the focus shifts to indoor tasks, to the scriptorium, the workshop, the library. The autumn is a time of transition, of letting go, of preparing for a period of rest. In the winter, the world is quiet and still. The days are short, the nights long and cold. The snow, when it comes, blankets the monastery in a soft white silence. The work is mostly indoors, the rhythms of the day more subdued. The church, with its flickering candles and its ancient chants, is a warm and welcoming haven from the cold. The library, with its precious books and its quiet atmosphere, is a place of deep contemplation. The winter is a time of introspection, of quiet reflection, of waiting for the return of the light. It is a time for the soul to rest, to gather its strength for the coming spring. And so the cycle of the seasons turns, each one bringing its own unique character, its own particular challenges and blessings. And the monastery, like a great ancient tree, stands firm, its roots deep in the earth, its branches reaching towards the heavens, its life a quiet, enduring testament to the rhythms of nature and the grace of God. Let us consider the sounds of the monastery, a symphony of quietude. Beyond the chanting in the church and the scratching of quills, there are other, more subtle auditory textures. The gentle creaking of the ancient timbers as the building settles in the night, the soft rustle of the wind through the trees outside the cloister walls, the distant muffled sound of a dog barking from a nearby farm, a faint reminder of the world beyond, the drip, drip, drip of water from a leaky pipe in the washroom, a steady rhythmic pulse. These are not loud sounds, not jarring noises, but rather soft, ambient textures that blend into the overall quietude, becoming almost imperceptible, yet contributing to the immersive atmosphere. You learn to listen differently here, to discern the subtle variations in the silence, to find meaning in the absence of clamor. The smells of the monastery are equally evocative, the ever-present scent of beeswax from the candles, a clean, sweet aroma, the earthy smell of damp stone after a rain shower, the pungent, medicinal scent of herbs from the infirmary, the rich, yeasty aroma of freshly baked bread wafting from the kitchen, the faint, metallic tang of ink in the scriptorium, the sweet, decaying scent of autumn leaves in the cloister garth. These are the olfactory markers of monastic life, a complex tapestry of aromas that ground you in the present moment, connecting you to the physical reality of this ancient place. Each breath you take is filled with these subtle fragrances, a constant, gentle reminder of where you are and what you are doing. The textures are also a significant part of the experience. The rough, unyielding surface of the stone walls, cool to the touch, the smooth, polished wood of the choir stalls, worn by centuries of hands, the coarse, scratchy wool of your habit, a constant, comforting presence against your skin, the cool, smooth parchment of the manuscripts, the gritty texture of the earth in the garden, the soft, yielding straw of your mattress. These tactile sensations are not merely incidental, they are integral to the immersive experience of monastic life, a constant, gentle reminder of the physical world and your place within it. You feel the weight of your wooden rosary beads in your hand, each bead smooth and cool, worn by countless prayers. Even the light itself has a particular quality within the monastery. The soft, diffused light that filters through the high, narrow windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. The flickering glow of tallow candles in the darkness of the church, casting long dancing shadows. The pale, golden light of dawn, slowly creeping across the cloister garth. The warm, mellow light of the setting sun, painting the stone walls with hues of orange and red. The moonlight, silver and ethereal, streaming through the dormitory windows. The light is never harsh, never intrusive, but always gentle, always subtle, always changing, reflecting the passage of time and the rhythms of the day. It is a light that invites contemplation, a light that soothes the eyes and calms the mind. The monastery is not just a collection of buildings. It is a living organism, breathing and evolving with the passage of time. The stones themselves seem to hold the memories of centuries, the echoes of countless prayers, the silent witness to generations of monastic life. You can feel this history in the very air, a subtle vibration, a deep resonance that permeates every corner of the monastery. It is a sense of continuity, of belonging to something much larger and older than yourself. This sense of timelessness is deeply comforting, a gentle reassurance that some things endure, some rhythms remain constant, even as the world outside changes and shifts. The daily rhythm of prayer, work, and study is not a burden but a liberation. It frees the mind from the anxieties of the outside world, from the endless demands and distractions. It provides a framework, a structure within which the soul can flourish. The repetition is not monotonous. It is meditative, a way of deepening one's focus, of entering into a state of profound calm. Each prayer, each task, each moment is an opportunity for connection, for contemplation, for growth. You find yourself settling into this rhythm, allowing it to carry you along, like a gentle current in a peaceful river. The worries of the past, the anxieties of the future, all seem to recede, replaced by the profound peace of the present moment. The community itself is a source of strength and support. Though silence is often observed, there are moments of quiet conversation, of shared laughter, of mutual encouragement. The bonds between the brothers are strong, forged in shared devotion, shared labor, shared purpose. You are never truly alone here. Even in the deepest silence, there is always the unspoken presence of your brothers, a comforting sense of solidarity. This sense of belonging is deeply reassuring, a gentle anchor in the quiet sea of monastic life. You feel a profound gratitude for this community, for the opportunity to share this journey with others who are seeking the same path. Even the simple act of eating, as we discussed, is imbued with meaning. The communal meal, eaten in silence, is a powerful symbol of unity and shared purpose. The food, though simple, is prepared with care and gratitude, a gift from God and from the earth. The act of nourishment becomes a sacred ritual, a moment of quiet communion. You learn to appreciate the subtle flavors, the textures, the warmth of the food, a gentle reminder of the blessings of sustenance. The absence of conversation allows for a deeper appreciation of the act of eating itself, a mindful engagement with the food, a quiet gratitude for its provision. And so, the day gently unfolds, from the first bell of Matins to the final blessing of Compline, a seamless tapestry of prayer, work, and contemplation. Each moment flows into the next, a continuous, unbroken stream of devotion. The monastery is a sanctuary, a haven of peace in a turbulent world, and you, a humble novice, are a part of it all, a small yet significant thread in the vast ancient tapestry of monastic life. The passage of time here is not marked by dramatic events, but by the subtle shifts of light and shadow, the changing of the seasons, the gentle rhythm of the bells. It is a life lived in harmony with the natural world and with the eternal. And as you continue to breathe, slowly and deeply, you feel yourself becoming more and more a part of this ancient, peaceful rhythm, a quiet presence in a world of profound and enduring calm. The gentle repetition of the narrative, the soft, soothing tone of the voice, the rich, sensory details, all of these are designed to lull you into a state of deep relaxation, to carry you gently towards the shores of sleep. And so you drift, a silent, peaceful presence in this world of stone and prayer, a welcome guest in the tranquil heart of the medieval monastery. The day is done, the night has come, and all is well. All is well. The very stones of the monastery seem to breathe with you, a shared rhythm of peace. You are one with the quiet, one with the night, one with the gentle, unending flow of time within these ancient walls. And so you sleep. Let us consider the various small tasks that fill the day, each one performed with the same quiet diligence. The sweeping of the cloister, for instance. You might take up a broom, its bristles worn smooth by countless hours of sweeping, and begin to clear away the fallen leaves or the dust that accumulates on the stone. The rhythmic swish-swish of the broom against the flagstones is a soothing sound, a gentle counterpoint to the quiet of the morning. Each stroke is deliberate, each movement a small act of order, of cleanliness. You watch the dust motes dance in the shafts of sunlight that pierce the cloister arches, a fleeting, ephemeral beauty in the midst of your humble task. The air is cool and fresh, carrying the faint scent of damp earth and growing things. This simple act of sweeping is not merely about keeping the monastery clean. It is about cultivating an inner cleanliness, a clarity of mind that mirrors the order of the physical space. Perhaps your duty for a time is to assist in the kitchen. The kitchen is a place of warmth and industry, filled with the gentle clatter of pottery and the comforting aromas of simmering food. You might be tasked with grinding grain in a hand mill, the rhythmic turning of the stone, the steady crunch of the kernels, the fine dust of flour that settles on your hands and clothes. It is a slow, laborious process, but one that connects you directly to the source of your sustenance. You feel the weight of the grain, the resistance of the millstones, the warmth of the freshly ground flour. The scent of the grain is wholesome, earthy, a promise of the bread that will soon be baked. This act of grinding is a meditation, a physical manifestation of patience and perseverance. Each turn of the mill brings you closer to the finished product, a small, tangible step in the grand cycle of monastic life. Or perhaps you are in the laundry, washing the coarse linen habits of the monks. The water is cold, drawn from the well, and the soap is harsh, made from lye and animal fat. The rhythmic scrubbing of the fabric against the washboard, the sloshing of the water, the scent of clean linen drying in the sun. These are the sensations of this humble task. Your hands become chapped and red, but there is a quiet satisfaction in the work, in the knowledge that you are contributing to the comfort and cleanliness of your brothers. The sun, when it shines, warms the damp fabric, and the gentle breeze carries the scent of fresh laundry through the cloister. It is a simple, repetitive task, but one that is essential to the smooth functioning of the community, a small act of service performed with quiet dedication. Let us consider the importance of the well, the source of fresh water for the entire monastery. It is a deep, cool shaft, lined with ancient stones, its depths reflecting the sky above. You might be tasked with drawing water, the heavy wooden bucket descending slowly into the darkness, the rope creaking softly as it unwinds, the splash as the bucket hits the water, the gurgle as it fills, the steady pull as you haul it back up. These are the sounds and sensations of this vital task. The water is cold and clear, refreshing to drink, a pure taste of the earth. It is a reminder of the preciousness of life, of the simple fundamental elements that sustain existence. The well is not just a source of water, it is a symbol of life, of purity, of the constant flow of grace. You feel the cool spray on your face as you draw the bucket, a gentle blessing from the earth. The monastery walls themselves are a constant presence, a boundary between the sacred space within and the secular world without. They are thick, ancient stones, weathered by centuries of sun and rain, their surfaces covered in moss and lichen in places. You might walk along the inner perimeter of these walls, your hand occasionally brushing against the cool, rough stone. They offer a sense of enclosure, of protection, of a world set apart. Yet they are not prison walls. They are walls of sanctuary, of peace. They define the space where a different kind of life is lived, a life dedicated to God and to community. The shadows they cast lengthen and shorten with the passage of the sun, marking the hours, the days, the seasons. They are silent witnesses to the unfolding drama of monastic life, enduring, steadfast, eternal. Even the smallest details contribute to the overall atmosphere of quiet contemplation. The simple wooden crucifixes that adorn the walls of the cells and the cloister, their carved figures worn smooth by countless touches, the flickering oil lamps that provide a soft, warm glow in the evenings, their flames dancing gently in the still air, the rough, hand-stitched leather sandals that protect your feet, their soles worn smooth by countless steps. These are not objects of luxury or display. They are functional, humble, yet imbued with a quiet dignity, a sense of purpose. They are part of the monastic aesthetic, an aesthetic of simplicity, of utility, of understated beauty. You notice the way the light catches the grain of the wood in the crucifix, highlighting the subtle contours of the carved figure. Everything here speaks of intention, of care, of a life lived with mindful awareness. The passage of time within the monastery is marked not by clocks, but by the sun, the moon, and the bells. The sun rises and sets, painting the sky with ever-changing hues of light and shadow. The moon waxes and wanes, its gentle light illuminating the cloister garth in silver, and the bells with their deep, resonant tones mark the canonical hours, calling the monks to prayer, to work, to rest. These are the natural rhythms of existence, the ancient pulse of the earth and the heavens. You find yourself becoming attuned to these rhythms, your own internal clock adjusting to their gentle cadence. The urgency of the outside world, the relentless ticking of its mechanical clocks, seems to fade away, replaced by a more profound, more natural sense of time. You are living in harmony with the cosmos, a small part of a much larger, more ancient dance. Let us reflect on the concept of lectio divina, divine reading, a practice central to Benedictine spirituality. It is not merely reading for information, but reading for transformation. You might sit in a quiet corner of the cloister, or in your cell with a sacred text open before you. You read a passage slowly, deliberately, allowing the words to sink into your heart. Then you meditate on it, pondering its meaning, its relevance to your own life. Then you pray, responding to the text with your own words, your own feelings. And finally, you contemplate, resting in the presence of God, allowing the words to dissolve into a deeper, wordless communion. It is a slow, gentle process, a way of savoring the sacred text, of allowing it to nourish your soul. The rustle of the parchment, the soft murmur of your own voice as you read, the quiet stillness of the room. These are the elements of Lectio Divina, a pathway to deeper spiritual understanding. You feel the weight of the book in your hands, the wisdom of generations contained within its pages, a gentle guide on your spiritual journey. The monastery is a place of constant learning, not just from books, but from life itself. You learn patience from the slow growth of the garden, humility from the repetitive tasks of daily life, obedience from the rule, and compassion from tending to the sick. Each interaction, each experience, each moment is a lesson, an opportunity for growth. The older monks, with their weathered faces and their quiet wisdom, are living examples of the Benedictine ideal. You observe them, you listen to their words, you learn from their example. They are your guides, your mentors, your brothers on this spiritual path. Their presence is a constant source of reassurance, a gentle reminder of the path you have chosen. You feel a deep respect for these men, for their unwavering dedication, for their quiet strength. And so, the day continues to unfold, a gentle tapestry woven with threads of prayer, work, and contemplation. The sun climbs higher, then begins its slow descent towards the western horizon. The shadows lengthen, softening the sharp edges of the stone, painting the cloistered garth in hues of gold and purple. The air grows cooler, carrying the faint scent of wood smoke from the kitchen fires. The sounds of the monastery begin to shift, the daytime activities gradually giving way to the quieter preparations for evening. It is a slow, deliberate transition, a gentle winding down, a preparation for the profound peace of the night. You feel yourself becoming more and more attuned to these subtle shifts, your own internal rhythms aligning with the ancient pulse of the monastery. The world outside, with its clamor and its haste, seems to recede further and further, replaced by the profound, enduring calm of this sacred space. You are a part of it all, a small, quiet presence in a world of profound and enduring peace. The gentle repetition of the narrative, the soft, soothing tone of the voice, the rich, sensory details, all of these are designed to lull you into a state of deep relaxation, to carry you gently towards the shores of sleep. And so, you drift, a silent, peaceful presence in this world of stone and prayer, a welcome guest in the tranquil heart of the medieval monastery. The day is done, the night has come, and all is well, all is well. The very stones of the monastery seem to breathe with you, a shared rhythm of peace. You are one with the quiet, one with the night, one with the gentle, unending flow of time within these ancient walls. And so you sleep. Let us now consider the monastery's relationship with the outside world, a delicate balance between seclusion and necessary interaction. While the monks live a life set apart, they are not entirely isolated. The monastery often serves as a center of learning and charity for the surrounding communities. Travelers might seek shelter for the night, their weary footsteps echoing in the guest house. The poor and the sick from nearby villages might come to the infirmary for care, their hopes resting on the healing hands of Brother Thomas and his assistants. These interactions are brief, respectful, and always conducted within the strictures of the monastic rule. You might occasionally catch a glimpse of these visitors, their faces a fleeting image from a world that feels increasingly distant. Their presence serves as a gentle reminder of the world beyond the walls, a world that the monks pray for, even as they remain apart from its daily clamor. The monastery also engages in trade, exchanging its surplus produce, grain, wine, wool, and perhaps even finely copied manuscripts, for goods it cannot produce itself, such as salt, iron, or certain spices. The cellarer, as we noted, manages these transactions, often dealing with merchants who travel from distant towns. These exchanges are conducted with quiet efficiency, a necessary practical aspect of maintaining the self-sufficiency of the community. You might see the carts arriving, their wooden wheels rumbling softly on the cobbled path, laden with goods. The process is orderly, without fanfare, a quiet testament to the monastery's place in the wider economic landscape of the region. Yet even these worldly interactions are imbued with a sense of purpose, of contributing to the greater good of the community and its mission. Consider the architecture of the monastery itself, a silent teacher. The Romanesque arches, with their sturdy rounded forms, speak of strength and endurance. The thick stone walls, built to last for centuries, offer a sense of permanence, of stability in a changing world. The simple, unadorned beauty of the buildings reflects the monastic ideal of humility and austerity. There is no ostentation here, no unnecessary embellishment. Every element serves a purpose. Every stone is laid with intention. You learn to appreciate the subtle play of light and shadow on the ancient stone, the way the sun highlights the texture of the masonry, the gentle curves of an archway. The very structure of the monastery seems to breathe with a quiet dignity, a silent testament to the faith and labor of generations of monks who have walked these same paths. The monastic garden, a place of both utility and beauty, is a constant source of gentle wonder. Beyond the herbs and vegetables, there might be a small section dedicated to roses, their delicate petals and sweet fragrance, a subtle indulgence in an otherwise austere environment. You might pause by them, inhaling their perfume, observing the intricate unfurling of their petals. They are a reminder of the beauty of God's creation, a small splash of color and scent in the ordered green of the garth. The gentle buzzing of bees around them is a soothing sound, a natural counterpoint to the quiet of the cloister. The garden is a place where the natural world and the spiritual world meet, a space for quiet contemplation and appreciation of the simple gifts of life. Let us reflect on the concept of hospitality, a cornerstone of Benedictine life. The rule of Saint Benedict dictates that all guests who arrive at the monastery should be received as Christ himself. While the interactions are brief, the spirit of welcome is profound. The guest master, a monk specifically assigned to this duty, ensures that visitors are provided with food, shelter, and spiritual guidance if they seek it. The guest house is a separate building, maintaining the enclosure of the monastic community, yet offering a warm welcome to those who seek it. You might hear the distant voices of travelers, their stories a faint murmur carried on the wind, a fleeting glimpse into the world beyond the walls. This practice of hospitality is another way the monastery connects with the wider world, extending its charity and its spiritual influence beyond its immediate confines. The monastery's bell tower, a prominent feature of the landscape, serves as a constant reminder of the passage of time and the call to prayer. The bells themselves, cast from bronze, have their own unique voices, their tones varying in depth and resonance. You become accustomed to their distinct sounds, learning to differentiate between the deep, solemn toll for matins and the lighter, more urgent peal for prime. The sound carries across the valley, a gentle invitation to prayer for those in the surrounding villages, a constant presence in the soundscape of the region. The rhythmic ringing of the bells is a soothing, almost hypnotic sound, a steady anchor in the flow of the day, a timeless melody that has echoed through these hills for centuries. Even the monastery's animals, as we briefly touched upon, contribute to the gentle rhythm of life. The clucking of the hens in the poultry yard, the soft bleating of the sheep in the pasture, the distant lowing of the cows. These are the natural sounds of a working farm, integrated seamlessly into the monastic soundscape. They are not intrusive, but rather blend into the background, a subtle reminder of the interconnectedness of all living things. The monks care for these creatures with a gentle hand, recognizing their role in sustaining the community. The animals in turn provide a quiet companionship, their simple presence a comforting element in the ordered world of the monastery. The process of making parchment, the very material upon which the sacred texts are copied, is another example of the patient, laborious work that defines monastic life. It begins with the skin of a calf, a goat, or a sheep. The skin is soaked in lime water to remove the hair, then stretched taut on a frame. It is scraped repeatedly with a curved knife, thinning it and making its surface smooth and even. This is a skilled and arduous task, requiring great patience and a steady hand. The resulting parchment is a durable, beautiful material, ready to receive the ink and the illuminations. The faint, animal scent of the parchment, the smooth, cool feel of its surface, these are the tangible results of this painstaking process, a testament to the dedication required to create the books that preserve knowledge and faith. The monastery's watermill, if it possesses one, is another example of its practical ingenuity. The gentle, rhythmic turning of the water wheel, the soft rush of water over the paddles, the steady grinding of the millstones, these are the sounds of sustenance, of grain being transformed into flour. It is a vital part of the monastery's self-sufficiency, ensuring a steady supply of bread for the community. You might spend some time observing its operation, the powerful yet gentle force of the water, the intricate mechanics of the gears. It is a place where human ingenuity harnesses the power of nature for the benefit of all, a quiet marvel of medieval engineering. And so the day continues to unfold, a gentle tapestry woven with threads of prayer, work, and contemplation. The sun climbs higher, then begins its slow descent towards the western horizon. The shadows lengthen, softening the sharp edges of the stone, painting the cloister garth in hues of gold and purple. The air grows cooler, carrying the faint scent of wood smoke from the kitchen fires. The sounds of the monastery begin to shift, the daytime activities gradually giving way to the quieter preparations for evening. It is a slow, deliberate transition, a gentle winding down, a preparation for the profound peace of the night. You feel yourself becoming more and more attuned to these subtle shifts, your own internal rhythms aligning with the ancient pulse of the monastery. The world outside, with its clamor and its haste, seems to recede further and further, replaced by the profound, enduring calm of this sacred space. You are a part of it all, a small, quiet presence in a world of profound and enduring peace. The gentle repetition of the narrative, the soft, soothing tone of the voice, the rich, sensory details, all of these are designed to lull you into a state of deep relaxation, to carry you gently towards the shores of sleep. And so you drift, a silent, peaceful presence in this world of stone and prayer, a welcome guest in the tranquil heart of the medieval monastery. The day is done, the night has come, and all is well, all is well. The very stones of the monastery seem to breathe with you, a shared rhythm of peace. You are one with the quiet, one with the night, one with the gentle, unending flow of time within these ancient walls. And so you sleep. Let us consider the concept of humility, so deeply woven into the fabric of monastic life. It is not a self-deprecating humility, but a profound recognition of one's place in the grand scheme of creation. Every task, no matter how menial, is performed with equal dignity and care. The monk who cleans the latrines is no less important than the monk who copies the sacred texts. Each contributes to the well-being of the whole. Each is a servant of God. You learn to shed the ego, the desire for recognition, the need for personal glory. The focus shifts from M to we, from individual achievement to communal service. This quiet surrender to the collective, this embrace of anonymity, is a powerful force for inner peace. You feel the gentle weight of this understanding settling upon you, a quiet liberation from the burdens of self-importance. The monastic day is also punctuated by periods of silence, not just the great silence of the night, but smaller, more frequent moments throughout the day. After Compline, for instance, there is the strict injunction against speaking until after prime the next morning. But even during the day, unnecessary chatter is discouraged. This is not to stifle communication, but to encourage thoughtful speech, to ensure that words are used with intention and purpose. You learn to communicate with gestures, with subtle nods, with the language of the eyes. You become more attuned to the unspoken, to the nuances of human interaction that transcend mere words. This cultivation of silence allows for a deeper listening, both to the external world and to the inner stirrings of the soul. You find yourself observing more, absorbing more, and speaking less, a quiet transformation of your very being. The monastery's library, as we've explored, is a sanctuary of knowledge, but it is also a place of meticulous care. The books are not merely stored. They are cherished, protected, and maintained. You might spend time carefully cleaning the dust from the shelves, gently wiping the covers of the ancient tomes. The leather bindings are often cracked and worn, the parchment pages brittle with age. Each book tells a story, not just of its content, but of its journey through time, of the hands that have held it, the eyes that have read it. You learn to handle them with reverence, with a deep respect for the wisdom they contain. The faint scent of old paper and leather is a comforting presence, a reminder of the continuity of knowledge, the enduring power of the written word. This quiet guardianship of the past is a profound act of faith in the future. Let us consider the role of the monastery in the wider landscape. It is often situated in a place of natural beauty, a valley, a hillside, a secluded forest. The monks are deeply connected to this land, not just as a source of sustenance, but as a reflection of God's creation. You might take a walk along the monastery's perimeter, observing the subtle changes in the landscape with the seasons. The gentle flow of a nearby stream, its water clear and cold, a constant murmur in the background. The rustle of leaves in the forest, a soft whisper of the wind. The distant call of a hawk, circling high above, its cry a wild, untamed sound that briefly pierces the monastic quiet. These natural elements are not separate from the spiritual life. They are an integral part of it, a constant source of inspiration and contemplation. You feel yourself becoming more attuned to these natural rhythms, your own breath aligning with the gentle pulse of the earth. The monastic day is a carefully orchestrated dance between prayer and labor, between contemplation and action. The rule of Saint Benedict divides the day into periods of opus dei, the work of God, referring to the divine office, and opus manuum, the work of hands, referring to manual labor. This balance ensures that the monks are not idle, either physically or spiritually. The physical labor keeps the body healthy and grounded, preventing idleness and fostering a sense of humility. The prayer and study nourish the soul, lifting the mind towards God. You learn to find a quiet satisfaction in both, to see each as an integral part of the spiritual journey. The rhythmic swing of the hoe in the garden, the steady turning of the millstone, the quiet scratch of the quill. Each is a form of prayer, a dedication of one's energies to a higher purpose. Even the simple act of eating, as we've discussed, is a profound ritual. The communal meal, eaten in silence, is a powerful symbol of unity and shared purpose. The food, though simple, is prepared with care and gratitude, a gift from God and from the earth. The act of nourishment becomes a sacred ritual, a moment of quiet communion. You learn to appreciate the subtle flavors, the textures, the warmth of the food, a gentle reminder of the blessings of sustenance. The absence of conversation allows for a deeper appreciation of the act of eating itself, a mindful engagement with the food, a quiet gratitude for its provision. The gentle clinking of spoons, the soft rustle of robes, the steady voice of the reader, these are the sounds of a meal consumed with intention, with mindfulness, with a quiet reverence for the gifts of creation. The monastery is a place where time itself seems to slow down, to stretch and expand. The urgency of the outside world, its relentless demands and distractions, fades away, replaced by a more profound, more natural sense of time. The passage of hours is marked not by the frantic ticking of a clock, but by the gentle rhythm of the bells, the subtle shifts of light and shadow, the slow turning of the seasons. You learn to live in the present moment, to savor each breath, each task, each prayer. The past is a memory, the future an unknown, but the present is a gift, a sacred space in which to encounter the divine. This quiet embrace of the present moment is a powerful antidote to the anxieties of modern life, a gentle invitation to simply be. The very stones of the monastery seem to breathe with you, a shared rhythm of peace. You are one with the quiet, one with the night, one with the gentle, unending flow of time within these ancient walls. And so, you sleep. The long, slow hours of the night stretch before you, a vast expanse of quietude, a time for the body to rest and the spirit to find its deepest calm. You are safe, you are warm, and the world outside is a distant, forgotten dream. The silence is complete, a soft blanket wrapping around you, inviting you deeper into slumber. Each breath is a step further into the peaceful void, a gentle descent into the quietude of the monastic night. The sounds of the day have faded, replaced by the soft hum of your own existence, a quiet symphony of rest. The world slows, then stops, and you are simply still. And so, the night unfolds, a long, peaceful expanse of quiet, until the first bell of Matins calls you gently back to the light. But for now, there is only this profound, enveloping stillness, and the promise of deep, untroubled sleep. The last thought, a soft whisper, is of gratitude for the simple, ordered beauty of this life, before it too dissolves into the vast, calm ocean of unconsciousness. The very stones of the monastery seem to breathe with you, a shared rhythm of peace. You are one with the quiet, one with the night, one with the gentle, unending flow of time within these ancient walls. And so, you sleep. Let us now consider the small, often overlooked details that contribute to the unique atmosphere of the monastery. The flickering light of the oil lamps in the corridors at night, casting long, dancing shadows that seem to whisper secrets to the ancient stone walls. The faint, sweet scent of burning incense that lingers in the church long after the services have ended, a subtle reminder of the prayers offered. The gentle rustle of the parchment as a monk turns a page in the library, a sound that speaks of quiet scholarship and deep contemplation. These are the subtle brushstrokes that paint the canvas of monastic life, adding depth and richness to the overall picture. The monastery's chapter house, where the daily meeting takes place, is a space of both governance and spiritual reflection. Here the rule is read, transgressions are confessed, and decisions are made for the good of the community. The air is often charged with a quiet solemnity, a sense of shared responsibility. You sit on a simple wooden bench, your gaze falling upon the worn flagstones of the floor, each one bearing the imprint of countless feet that have walked this path before you. The voices of the monks, though subdued, carry a weight of authority and wisdom. It is a place where the individual submits to the collective, where personal will is subsumed by the greater good of the community. This act of communal discernment, of seeking God's will together, is a powerful expression of monastic unity. Consider the art of calligraphy, a skill that many monks cultivate in the scriptorium. It is not merely about writing legibly, it is about creating beauty, about honoring the sacred text with elegant letter forms. You might spend hours practicing your strokes, striving for perfection, for a graceful flow of ink on parchment, the delicate curves of a capital letter, the precise spacing between words, the overall harmony of the page. These are the elements of good calligraphy. It is a meditative practice, a way of focusing the mind and calming the spirit. The rhythmic movement of the hand, the careful control of the quill, the gradual emergence of a beautiful text, these are the rewards of this patient art. Each letter becomes a small prayer, each word a testament to devotion. The monastery's kitchen, a place of warmth and sustenance, is another hub of quiet activity. The gentle bubbling of pots on the hearth, the rhythmic chopping of vegetables, the faint sizzle of oil in a pan. These are the sounds of food being prepared with care and intention. The lay brothers, who often work in the kitchen, move with a quiet efficiency, their movements practiced and precise. The aroma of freshly baked bread, of simmering stews, of roasting vegetables fills the air, a comforting presence that speaks of nourishment and community. You might occasionally assist in the kitchen, your hands becoming familiar with the textures of the ingredients, the simple tools of the trade. It is a place where the mundane act of preparing food is elevated to a form of service, a quiet offering to the community. Let us reflect on the concept of ora et labora, prayer and work, the motto that encapsulates the Benedictine way of life. It is a constant interplay between spiritual devotion and practical labor, each informing and enriching the other. The work is not seen as a distraction from prayer, but as a form of prayer itself, an offering of one's talents and energies to God. And the prayer is not an escape from work, but a source of strength and inspiration for it. This seamless integration of the spiritual and the temporal creates a holistic way of life, a profound sense of purpose that permeates every moment of the day. You feel this balance within yourself, a quiet harmony between your inner and outer worlds, a gentle rhythm that guides your every action. The monastery's guest house, a separate building set apart from the main cloister, is a place where the outside world briefly intersects with the monastic one. Travelers, pilgrims, and even noblemen might seek shelter here, their presence a fleeting reminder of the world beyond the walls. The guest master, a monk specifically assigned to this duty, receives them with hospitality and kindness, providing food, lodging, and spiritual counsel if sought. The conversations are often brief, respectful, and conducted with a quiet dignity. You might occasionally see these guests, their faces a mixture of curiosity and reverence, as they observe the quiet rhythms of monastic life. Their presence serves as a gentle reminder of the monastery's role as a beacon of faith and charity in an often turbulent world. Consider the importance of the monastic horologium, the system of bells that marks the canonical hours. Each bell has its own distinct tone, its own unique voice, and you learn to recognize them all. The deep, resonant toll of the great bell for Matins, calling the community from their slumber in the deepest darkness of night. The lighter, more urgent peal for prime, signaling the first light of dawn. The steady rhythmic chime for sext marking the midday hour. These bells are more than just timekeepers. They are the voice of the monastery, a constant gentle reminder of the passage of time and the call to prayer. Their sound carries across the valley, a timeless melody that has echoed through these hills for centuries. A steady, unwavering pulse that guides the monks through their day. The monastery's infirmary, a place of quiet healing, is another testament to the community's commitment to care and compassion. Here the sick and the elderly are tended with gentle hands and ancient remedies. The infirmarian, often a monk with a deep knowledge of herbs and medicinal plants, moves with a quiet grace, his movements precise and deliberate. The air is often thick with the scent of various poultices and tinctures, a blend of earthy and sometimes pungent aromas. The small high windows let in a soft diffused light, illuminating the quiet acts of care. You might occasionally assist in the infirmary, your hands becoming familiar with the textures of the herbs, the gentle touch required to comfort the ailing. It is a place where the fragility of the human body is acknowledged, and where compassion flows as freely as the spring water, a quiet sanctuary of healing and solace. Even the monastery's burial ground, a quiet plot of land often adjacent to the church, holds a profound significance. Here, the monks who have completed their earthly journey are laid to rest, their simple wooden crosses a testament to their lives of devotion. It is a place of quiet contemplation, a gentle reminder of the fleeting nature of life and the promise of eternal rest. You might walk through it occasionally, your footsteps soft on the grass, reading the simple inscriptions on the crosses. The silence here is particularly profound, a sacred stillness that speaks of peace and acceptance. It is a place where the cycle of life and death is embraced, where the earthly journey culminates in a quiet return to the earth, awaiting the resurrection. This quiet contemplation of mortality is not morbid, but rather a gentle reminder to live each day with intention, with gratitude, with a deep awareness of the preciousness of time. And so the day continues to unfold, a gentle tapestry woven with threads of prayer, work, and contemplation. The sun climbs higher, then begins its slow descent towards the western horizon. The shadows lengthen, softening the sharp edges of the stone, painting the cloister garth in hues of gold and purple. The air grows cooler, carrying the faint scent of wood smoke from the kitchen fires. With smoke from the kitchen fires, the sounds of the monastery begin to shift, the daytime activities gradually giving way to the quieter preparations for evening. It is a slow, deliberate transition, a gentle winding down, a preparation for the profound peace of the night. You feel yourself becoming more and more attuned to these subtle shifts, your own internal rhythms aligning with the ancient pulse of the monastery. The world outside, with its clamor and its haste, seems to recede further and further, replaced by the profound, enduring calm of this sacred space. You are a part of it all, a small, quiet presence in a world of profound and enduring peace. The gentle repetition of the narrative, the soft, soothing tone of the voice, the rich, sensory details, all of these are designed to lull you into a state of deep relaxation, to carry you gently towards the shores of sleep. And so you drift, a silent, peaceful presence in this world of stone and prayer, a welcome guest in the tranquil heart of the medieval monastery. The day is done, the night has come, and all is well, all is well. The very stones of the monastery seem to breathe with you, a shared rhythm of peace. You are one with the quiet, one with the night, one with the gentle, unending flow of time within these ancient walls. And so, you sleep. Let us consider the tools of the various trades within the monastery, each one simple, functional, and imbued with the quiet dignity of labor. In the workshop, the carpenter's plane glides across a piece of wood, shaving off thin, fragrant curls. The saw sings its rhythmic song as it cuts through timber. The hammer strikes the chisel with a precise, measured tap. These are the sounds of creation, of raw materials being transformed into useful objects. You might spend time observing Brother Joseph, the carpenter, his hands gnarled and strong, his movements economical and precise. He works with a quiet concentration, his gaze fixed on the task at hand. There is no hurry, no wasted motion, only the steady, deliberate pace of craftsmanship. The scent of freshly cut wood fills the air, a wholesome, earthy aroma that speaks of honest labor. The smooth, cool feel of the finished wood, the intricate joinery, the simple beauty of a well-made object. These are the silent rewards of his dedication. In the fields, the plow turns the earth, its share biting deep into the soil, revealing the rich, dark loam beneath. The scythe whispers through the tall grass, its blade glinting in the sun. The hoe chops at the weeds, its rhythmic thud a steady counterpoint to the chirping of crickets. These are the tools of agriculture, the instruments that connect the monks directly to the earth, to the source of their sustenance. You might feel the weight of the plow in your hands, the resistance of the soil, the gentle pull of the oxen. The sun warms your back, the breeze cools your brow, and the earthy scent of the freshly turned soil fills your nostrils. It is a primal connection, a deep understanding of the cycle of life and growth. Each seed sown, each harvest gathered, is a testament to the patient labor of the monks, a quiet act of faith in the bounty of God's creation. Consider the small personal items that accompany a monk through his day. His rosary beads, perhaps carved from wood or bone, worn smooth by countless prayers. The small leather-bound book of hours, its pages filled with prayers and psalms, its cover softened by years of handling. His simple wooden spoon, carried in his habit, used for every meal. These are not possessions in the worldly sense, but rather extensions of the monk himself, imbued with his presence, his devotion. They are reminders of his vows, his commitment, his spiritual journey. You might feel the smooth, cool surface of your own rosary beads, the familiar weight of your book of hours, the simple utility of your spoon. These objects are not merely functional. They are imbued with meaning, with a quiet sacredness that transcends their material form. The monastic day is a carefully constructed edifice, each stone laid with intention, each arch supporting the next. The structure is designed to facilitate a life of prayer and contemplation, to create an environment where the soul can flourish. The rules are not arbitrary restrictions, but rather guidelines, gentle fences that keep the sheep from straying. They provide a framework, a rhythm, a predictable flow that allows the mind to settle, to find its center. You learn to appreciate this structure, this gentle discipline, for it frees you from the burden of endless choices, from the distractions of the world. It allows you to focus on what truly matters, on the quiet pursuit of God. Even the monastery's animals, as we've noted, contribute to this ordered existence. The gentle lowing of the cows in the morning, a soft signal that it is time for milking. The clucking of the hens as they lay their eggs, a quiet testament to their daily industry. The soft bleating of the sheep in the pasture, a peaceful sound that blends with the rustle of the wind. These are the sounds of a working farm, integrated seamlessly into the monastic soundscape. They are not intrusive, but rather blend into the background, a subtle reminder of the interconnectedness of all living things. The monks care for these creatures with a gentle hand, recognizing their role in sustaining the community. The animals, in turn, provide a quiet companionship, their simple presence, a comforting element in the ordered world of the monastery. You might find yourself pausing to watch a cow graze in the pasture, its movements slow and deliberate, its chewing a rhythmic, soothing sound. It is a moment of quiet connection with the natural world, a gentle reminder of the simple beauty of life. The monastery's library, that quiet sanctuary of knowledge, holds not only religious texts, but also works of history, philosophy, and even early science. The monks are not just men of faith, they are also scholars, preserving and transmitting the intellectual heritage of the past. You might spend hours poring over an ancient manuscript, its Latin script, a familiar language, its wisdom speaking across the centuries. The faint scent of old parchment and aged leather is a comforting presence, a reminder of the continuity of knowledge, the enduring power of the written word. The silence here is particularly profound, a reverence for the accumulated wisdom contained within these walls. Each book is a voice from the past, speaking softly across the centuries, offering insights and perspectives that transcend the immediate concerns of the day. This quiet engagement with the past is a powerful anchor, grounding the present in the rich tapestry of human thought and experience. And so the day continues to unfold, a gentle tapestry woven with threads of prayer, work, and contemplation. The sun climbs higher, then begins its slow descent towards the western horizon. The shadows lengthen, softening the sharp edges of the stone, painting the cloister garth in hues of gold and purple. The air grows cooler, carrying the faint scent of wood smoke from the kitchen fires. The sounds of the monastery begin to shift, the daytime activities gradually giving way to the quieter preparations for evening. It is a slow, deliberate transition, a gentle winding down, a preparation for the profound peace of the night. You feel yourself becoming more and more attuned to these subtle shifts, your own internal rhythms aligning with the ancient pulse of the monastery. The world outside, with its clamor and its haste, seems to recede further and further, replaced by the profound, enduring calm of this sacred space. You are a part of it all, a small, quiet presence in a world of profound and enduring peace. The gentle repetition of the narrative, the soft, soothing tone of the voice, the rich, sensory details, all of these are designed to lull you into a state of deep relaxation, to carry you gently towards the shores of sleep. And so, you drift, a silent, peaceful presence in this world of stone and prayer, a welcome guest in the tranquil heart of the medieval monastery. The day is done, the night has come, and all is well, all is well. The very stones of the monastery seem to breathe with you, a shared rhythm of peace. You are one with the quiet, one with the night, one with the gentle, unending flow of time within these ancient walls. And so, you sleep. Let us consider the monastery's relationship with water, a vital element in all life. The well, as we've noted, provides fresh, cool drinking water, a constant source of refreshment. But beyond the well, there might be a stream or a river flowing nearby, its gentle murmur a constant presence in the background. This water is not just for drinking. It powers the mill, irrigates the gardens, and provides a habitat for fish. The sound of the flowing water is a soothing melody, a natural counterpoint to the quiet of the cloister. You might spend a moment by the stream, watching the water flow over the smooth stones, its ceaseless movement, a gentle reminder of the passage of time, of the continuous flow of life. The trees that line the banks of the stream, their roots reaching deep into the earth, provide shade and shelter, their leaves rustling softly in the breeze. The air here is often cooler, fresher, carrying the scent of damp earth and growing things. It is a place of natural beauty, a space where the monastic ideal of harmony with nature is most evident. The water, the trees, the earth, all are interconnected. All are part of the grand tapestry of creation, and the monastery, nestled within this natural embrace, is a part of it all. This gentle connection to the natural world is a constant source of peace, a quiet reassurance that all is well, that life continues its gentle, unending flow. And as you continue to breathe, slowly and deeply, you feel yourself becoming more and more a part of this ancient, peaceful rhythm, a quiet presence in a world of profound and enduring calm. The gentle repetition of the narrative, the soft, soothing tone of the voice, the rich, sensory details, all of these are designed to lull you into a state of deep relaxation, to carry you gently towards the shores of sleep. And so you drift, a silent, peaceful presence in this world of stone and prayer, a welcome guest in the tranquil heart of the medieval monastery. The day is done, the night has come, and all is well, all is well. The very stones of the monastery seem to breathe with you, a shared rhythm of peace. You are one with the quiet, one with the night, one with the gentle, unending flow of time within these ancient walls. And so you sleep,